No, back to where I was up to. No, the government will attempt to send more prisoners to their home countries and send UK prisoners abroad to serve their sentences. Chuck says there are over 10,000 foreign nationals in our prison. It cannot be right that some of them are sat in prison when they could otherwise be removed from our country. No, you have to think about it like this. If, say, for example, all it takes is one to do it, and then for it to go suck, for it to go well, for another country to turn around and say, oh, hey, what if we did this? And then, and so on and so forth. But this also, this also, they could use this as a distraction, which could allow them to play something in the background. Because, Esau is very, very crafty. Very subtle. That's why he deals with what? Gradualism. Because you understands, like, for example, the boiling frog theory. If you just throw a frog in a boiling pot of water, it's gonna realize that you're trying to cook it and it's gonna jump out. But if you put a frog in, like, say, I don't know, a cold or even a lukewarm pot of water, and you turn it up gradually, it's not gonna realize it's being boiled alive until too late, because it keeps on get the fire keeps getting gradually, the temperature keeps getting gradually increased. And as soon as I saw this, like, I will come off this and show you articles that they were saying plans to release prisoners as soon as next week. As soon as next week. So, like I said, we don't know. We pray that the Lord just drops that, uses this to drop a hammer down, because we have this going on. This is perfect for Jacob's trouble. I don't even think people really understand this is perfect for Jacob's trouble, because imagine they release prisoners. Imagine they turn around and say, you know what, we're gonna have to leave prisoners that commit these low level crimes, or we can't arrest this many people. We can't arrest too many people in this period of time because our prisons are getting too full. All of a sudden they have to, they're saying this, but they will have to communicate with different countries, to to get permission. Well, I'm guessing that's what they'll say that they'll have to do. But imagine you have you know, you already have cycles. You already have cycles walking around, but the only thing that you know, um, stops them from, doing certain crimes is the law. No, imagine they turn around and say low level crimes, we're gonna have to leave it because we just don't have the space to house all these prisoners. For example, that will give people a reality check, because they're gonna be like, oh, because they've been in this bubble for so long, they don't feel like certain things are possible. So, like, they don't feel like certain things are possible because in these third world, in these Western countries, although crime does happen in terms of like chaos and things like that, they usually be a rare occurrence. No, of course you have knife crime and different stuff like that happen, but people, they usually feel pretty cool, so to speak. But when something like that happens, where they see low level, or they could just say, okay, low level, they could do this as a test, as they did for the first lockup. Tell them, say that we might have to let low level criminals walk, or people that commit low level crimes walk. You know, and then people are gonna be like, oh, oh, why they doing this? They certainly could do this, and then you know go on. People may protest and whatnot, because when you protest, people think it's to show that you have power. But when you're protesting, you what you are doing is you are pointing out something that's obviously happening, and the reason why you're doing that is because you don't feel like you can do anything else. But let me continue. The government will attempt to send more. Okay, oh, all right. Sorry. We will bring forward legislations to enable prisoners to be held in prisons overseas, an approach taken by Belgium, Norway, and Denmark in recent years. No, okay. So this is already they're saying that this has already been done by certain countries, but I don't. This is the this is the first time personally that I've personally heard about it. Maybe other brothers have heard about it, but nonetheless, it's something to watch out for. Because as we say, when you see like certain things happening, when you see like these other prophecies coming to pass, and then you're seeing something like an article like this come out, you have to keep your eye on it because you ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahushai is in control. The Lord could just put the spirit on these people to just say, hey, we can't arrest no more people because we don't have the facility. So you need to give us this amount of time to sort it out. You need to give us this amount of time to sort it out, but hey, it's until then. Okay. Offenders who may have been in line for a short stint in prison should could instead be given community services such as cleaning up local neighborhoods as the government looks to contain the expanding prison population, he said. So it's on well, I must have said this previously, but the crime rate, it looks like they can't keep up with the crime rate. Shark rush out the changes after Lord Justice Edis, the senior presiding judge for England and Wales, reportedly asked the judges last week to delay sentencing from Monday for those on and I believe I already read through this, but yeah, you brothers get the idea. So I'll put the link. I'll definitely put the link for this in the description. Let me go back and show you like what can you see here? British prisoners face serving time abroad. There was one before. Okay, UK prison plans will see violent inmates released this week. Violent inmates. So it might. This is what I'm talking about. This guy does things gradually. So he's flat. He's exposing you to it before he actually does it. Because we know that in Jacob's Trouble, you're gonna have a whole load of wild people running around. It's gonna be so terrible that Michael the Archangel is gonna have to intervene. So you have to stay prayed up and stay make sure you stay watching. But I feel like pretty much that's pretty much all I had. I think I got a precept or a couple of precepts in the other part. But I'll just close it off here because I didn't want to make it too long-winded, but it ran out longer than I anticipated. But that's through the spirit. But in closing, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bashim Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom.